Naomi, congrats on the win. How does it feel to get that one under your belt?
Yeah, it felt really good. I think it was a really difficult match, but those are the matches that are the most fun, and I feel like I learned a lot, so I hope that I can continue.
Questions?
Naomi, congratulations, Adam Ross, Florida Tennis, on this incredible hard-fought victory that you got through. Can you talk a little bit about the mental toughness and the physical toughness it took? And you talked, I think, post-match about protecting your Miami home or being at home. So we love you from Miami. We're thrilled that you're, I guess, from Pembroke Pines, and talk about what it's like to protect your home turf, if you don't mind, and being back here. And thank you and best of luck.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, mentally, it took a lot, but honestly, I feel like there's a zone of focus that I get to that I don't remember certain things. Like, I was talking with Patrick, and he was like, oh, you were a set down, a breakdown, a point to be like 5-2, and I couldn't remember that. So I was kind of shocked. But yeah, I don't know, I just try to make every point count, and eventually it adds up, and thankfully I won that match. But as for Miami being my home turf, I tell everyone this, but I grew up going to Key Biscayne, and that being like the highlight of the year, because that was the time I could see all the pros playing, and it was always such a big inspiration. And now I guess to be playing the tournament still feels a little crazy to me, and seeing all the little kids is so adorable. But yeah, definitely trying to stay here for as long as I can.
Thank you.
Hi Naomi, Miles, serve on Sports Illustrated. Tough comeback win today, congrats on that. What are you most proud of about your game currently, coming off of that match? And what are some things you'd like to work on maybe that you were reflective of in that match?
I think the thing I'm most proud of is my movement. I think I was able to get a lot of balls back today, and I don't think I've in my head thought to rely on like my wheels in a really long time. So I'm really glad I've gotten to this point in my fitness. It's been it's been quite a long journey post-pregnancy, so I'm really happy about that, and working on, I guess, not being as nervous. I feel like some of my shots didn't go the way I wanted them to because I was like a little shaky, so hopefully with more matches under my belt that'll go away. And I think my nerves have to do with that. Just I want to play with the big dogs so bad, and I just see everyone playing so well, and I want to do the same, but I have to remember it's a process, and it is I can't speak for all the mothers, but for me in particular, it was really hard to come back after pregnancy. I've learned a lot of abdomen terms that I've never heard of before. So I feel very knowledgeable now, and yeah, I'm just really glad to be here and really glad to be healthy, and it's really inspiring to see all the other mothers playing really well.
Are you on the right track to back to the top? Are you on the right track in your mind?
Ooh, you tell me. I don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time. I guess we'll see.
Hi Naomi, you used the phrase about playing with the big dogs, and I'm wondering how big a deal for you was that match against Iga last year in Paris in terms of feeling like, hey, I can't be back at that level? And do you ever think about that match at all, or have you watched it again at all?
It's funny. I don't really watch my matches just because I get like very cringy about myself. I don't know. It's the same for interviews. I don't like the sound of my voice. So, but some people have like sent me points, and I have watched those, and I'm just glad or happy that people are still talking about it, which means it's quite a memorable match. But yeah, that match was really important to me because I don't typically feel good about my game on clay, but I guess to do so well against her, where she's won like 3 or 4 French Opens, it was a really good confidence booster, and I do think about that match sometimes when I'm having a hard day, like today. So yeah, I hope I can have many more of those types of matches.
Hi, Naomi. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you're coming just from the Indian Wells. You faced Camila Osorio. I'm from W Radio from Colombia. And I want to ask you, how do you see her game? And maybe if you learned something that, because you might be seeing the possibility of facing her again. So how would you approach that game?
Honestly, I'm the type of player that I didn't know who I was playing until today. Like, so I don't ever look at the draw, and I don't ever try to think about someone until it's like the actual reality of it. But you're not gonna like me for my answer. I think, like, I know I played her like twice, I think, but for me, my standout memory is we were at the US Open last year, and of course I had like the bow dress, and she was the first person that saw me put it on. And she was so adorable. She came up to me, because I was very self-conscious wearing it, because I thought I was doing too much and I was very extra. So she came up to me and she was basically hyping me up. So I always like feel a lot of love for her because she took a selfie with me in the bow dress and basically told me it was the cutest tennis outfit ever. So she's very kind.
Hi, Naomi. You mentioned sometime a few months ago maybe that your racket wasn't necessarily feeling like an extension of your hand. I'm just wondering where you are now in that journey of being more fluid and in unison with your hand, your body, and your racket.
Oh, that's a good question.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Honestly, I felt really, really good in Australia. And then I got injured and I couldn't play for like 3 weeks to a month. So that gap it took me back quite a lot. And I think now it's better again, but I still find myself not really committed to the shots that I want to hit. So I would say like a solid 75. I think 75 is a good number.
Out of 100?
Yeah.
That's a passing grade.
Okay, passing. I like to pass.